Hello, my name is Kim the Introvert, and in today's video, we are in my closet. I needed peace and quiet, so this is where I came. Anyway, but we are going to do an unemployment update. If you've seen my previous video, you know that I was laid off on November 28th of 2023, kind of unexpectedly. All the information's in there. I'll probably put a link down below or put a title card somewhere so that you can click on it and get more of the information of what happened. But this is going to be an update video because as of today, it's been about 72 days of unemployment, and I'm just going to give an update because why not? So I mentioned in the last video of things that I wanted to do going forward with my newfound liberation of no longer clocking in to someone else's corporation. And I mentioned that I was going to work on my YouTube channel and stay optimistic and get to things that I hadn't been able to get to. And I did hold true to that. So my daily life kind of looks like me getting up, doing chores, and watching some YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, listening to music, editing content because I've been actually making content, and then of course job searching and job applications. So speaking of job searching and job applications and all that wonderful stuff, I at this point have applied to, gosh, I have actually lost count, but I think I'm upwards of 30 different places, which obviously I said I've been unemployed for about 72 days and I have been looking and applying, so I'm upwards between somewhere between 20 to 30 is where I've applied to so far. And as far as interviews I've gone on, I've only gone on one interview because I've only heard from one person. I have had basically this company that's actually a scam kind of make it seem like they are interested in getting and recruiting people. It was totally a scam. I've seen it many times before. They sent me a link to log into this meeting that they had as an introduction to their company. As soon as the video started, I already knew what it was. I'm like, okay, this is totally a scam. Anywho, it was a scam. I don't count that one. It was just a waste of my time. And the other one, which was really weird, let's see, I have my phone here. So on Tuesday, January 30th, I received a text message, which number one, that was weird to me because why are you texting me about a job? If you have my phone number, just call me. Anyway, I applied to be a receptionist at someone's company, and instead of calling me or emailing me because they have my resume, because that's how you apply, they decided to text me, which is really weird. And the text message says, and I'm not going to say the company name. It literally starts with message and data rates may apply. Blank of blank. Hi, my name is blank blank. I am the CSA at blank of blank. I am looking for a part-time receptionist. The available amount of hours per week right now is 8, which 8 hours per week is really freaking low. Is that something that you would be interested in? And that was at 11:11 a.m. on Tuesday, January 30th. I replied back in the same way that they reached out to me. So I texted back, good morning, I'm interested in the position. That was at 11:29 a.m. So there was a, let's say 11:29, that's an 18-minute difference. 18-minute difference. I have never heard from that person again. They never said anything to me. I don't even know if it was a real person. I don't know if they accidentally did it, but let's talk about the fact that it starts with message and data rates may apply. So I'm guessing that it wasn't actually a phone that they were using to even contact me. It was possibly an online messaging system. So I don't even know if it was a real person. It might have been, they might have just clicked the wrong button and it went to the wrong number. That's number one. Number two was the hours per week is 8. That's 1 day shift. Yes, I said I was interested because at this point I want a job. So I was going to take it, and you can take a part-time job and then continue to look for something else. So I was so interested in moving forward with looking into the position, but I just never heard anything from them. They ghosted me basically. So I don't know what that was about. And to be completely honest, if they reach back out to me again, I'll be a little weary because it's kind of weird to do. So I don't know, but that was strange. But that's, you know, the second weird thing that has happened so far with someone actually reaching out to me as far as with jobs. And then the interview, because I mentioned the interview in a vlog that I did. I got an interview back in January. It was for a hostess position. They really liked me. They liked what I had to offer. The interview went really well, and I called them back on the day they told me to call them back, and then they asked me to call them back on a different day at a different time, and so I did. I waited on hold for nearly 30 minutes, which I was fine with because, again, Where am I going? I'm at home all day, so it's fine. But I did wait on hold for a long time, to the point where at about the 15-minute mark, someone picked up the phone that I was on hold on and started dialing out. And then I was just like, hello, hello. And they were just like, oh, hello. And I'm like, hi, I'm on hold for so-and-so. And they said, oh, I'm so sorry, let me go get them for you. Where'd the first person go? Because you can tell it was a second person. Where'd the first person go? I have no idea. So anyway, I finally got on the phone with that person and they just explained to me that they are overstaffed, and they gave me the thumbs up and put some hope in my heart before realizing that they were overstaffed. So they said that they would call me back and try to figure something out. And once they figure something out, they would give me a call so that I can come in for training. I haven't heard from them since. That was mid-January. Today is February 6th. So that's how that's going. So I haven't heard from anybody else. And before anyone starts, people always want to be like, well, you have to call, you have to go, when you have to do it. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you how much things have changed. So everyone knows that you apply online now. That's what you do. They have you apply online. If you walk into an establishment and ask if they're hiring, if they are, they will point you to an online website, application, form, whatever. They're going to have you scan a QR code, something. They're not going to give you a paper application. They're not going to have you speak to the manager. They're going to tell you applications online. Here's the website. I have come across several job listings that have said, 1, do not call to inquire about the job position. If you call to inquire about the job position after applying, we will find your application and we will discard it. Which blew my mind, because being responsible and showing initiative, that's probably what's wrong with the workplace now, but being responsible, showing initiative, isn't that a positive thing? Ain't that one of the things they put in the qualifications? We want a fun-loving person who's a go-getter and shows initiative. But when you do show initiative, you get punished for it. It's weird. It's very weird. But yes, that has been an issue where it specifically says on the job listing that if you call about the job listing and you've already applied, they will go through all the applications, find yours, and you better hope that it's actually yours and it's not someone who has a similar or same name as you, and they will throw it out. That is horrible. Why would you not want to speak to someone? I don't know. Anyway, it just seems weird. Why would you just want everyone to be a faceless name? Why would you want to like not know what the person sounds like, not have any type of familiarity, any type of rapport, nothing? That's weird to me. So they're literally just going off of whatever is on paper. So if you're really good at writing resumes, really good at cover letters, then you are the golden child. You've got it made. But if you're not good at it, then you have to struggle. Like, you can't show anything because they're literally going off of whatever is on the website application, which in my opinion is not fair. Anyway, that's another hurdle that I have to get over in this whole job application process, because I'm sure, you know, the older generation is always about, well, you gotta call, and they don't want you to call. They don't want you to call. They tell you not to call. They will discard your application, which is crazy. Anyway, moving on. Also, another thing with the whole job applications, it's been a running joke as to the qualifications for the jobs. You know, they want you to have a degree and have 6 years or plus, 6 to 10 years, 20 years, whatever of experience, and then pay you like $8.50 an hour to do something that's entry level. And it's like, really, an entry level job? Like, I have been seeing weird qualifications for someone who just needs to say hello when someone walks into the office and pick up a phone. I didn't realize that people have gotten so slow, because I'm gonna just say that you need a bachelor's degree to answer a phone and answer basic questions. When did that happen? When did that happen? I don't understand when that happened. But yes, people are asking for people to have bachelor degrees to be a receptionist, to be a front desk person, which is crazy to me, because what you should have is personable skills. You should have interpersonal skills. You should be able to type. You should be able to read and write effectively and fluently in the language that you need to be reading and writing in. You need to be able to answer the phones. You need to know how to operate a computer. You need to know how to operate a printer, a fax machine, a scanner. You need to know how to carry yourself within an office. And any of the things you don't know how to do, that company can teach you, because they're going to do it anyway. Every company is going to train you to be what they want you to be in that company. So it's wild with all these qualifications they put on their job applications, because they're going to just break you down and build you up anyway. That's how it works. That's how the workforce works now. You don't have to be a master at what you do, because they're going to change what you do anyway to what they want you to do. I am going off the rails anyway. Let me move on and let me get into the cons of this whole unemployment process. So my number one con has been my change in lifestyle. And I know that sounds very boo-hoo, wah, woe is me. But when you don't see your income changing drastically, and you don't realize that it is actually way harder to get a job than you realized, and people aren't lying about how hard it is to get a job. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes as to why companies actually are not hiring people. They are putting the job listings out, but they are not hiring people at all. They are just putting the job, and there are news articles out about it that have gone behind the scenes to tell you why these companies are doing that. It's weird behavior. It's very strange, but it's actually a thing that's happening. And unfortunately, I'm experiencing it because I am actually qualified for all of the jobs that I apply for, but they are not hiring people for whatever weird reason. Anyway, so yes, my change in lifestyle has been a huge con for me. I was definitely living below my means. It was still probably more than what other people would consider, but it was definitely below my means because I wasn't like spending all that I had. That's wild. I was not doing that. I had a savings account. I still have a savings account. I had, money here, money there, whatever. I was good, and I'm still good. Let me just make that very clear. I'm still good. But I have had to change how I live my day to day when it comes to spending money, because I don't have a guaranteed income right now. So I'm being smart and not putting myself in the hole or putting myself in a place where I need to go do something that I don't really want to do just to make a paycheck. So that's one of the cons. My next con, my mental health. So obviously, money is a factor in a lot of people's lives. It does not make you happy, but it can solve a lot of issues. So it's not necessarily that I need money to make me happy, but I do need money to do the things that I need and want to do. I need money to pay my bills. I need money to make sure I have groceries in the house. I need money to make sure that if I have a medical emergency, I can pay for it. I need money to make sure that the lights stay on. I need money to make sure that I can put gas in my car. I need money for that, okay? I want money to do the things that I want to do. So I want to go out to shows. I want to go out to fancy restaurants. I want to go to museums. I want to have fun experiences. I want to travel. I want to do those things. I know that it's on pause right now, but it is affecting my mental health. My daily routine has changed. I am no longer contributing daily to a collaboration that has a common goal. And once we reach that goal, we can rejoice and celebrate together. I feel like I'm not fully using all my skills right now. I feel like I don't have structure in my day anymore. I won't say useless, but it stinks that I no longer have somewhere to be Monday through Friday. I don't like that. So it's affected my mental health because now I'm just like, well, now what do I do? Great. More music, more YouTube, edit another video. That's great. But someone give me an assignment, and I can't really go out because it's like, yeah, you have the free time, but I don't have the excess money. That's the issue. That's the catch-22. I have all the time in the world now, but I no longer have the income that I used to have. So I can't just be going out, on a Tuesday afternoon to try this fancy pasta place. Girl, get you some noodles to cook at home because you need to keep the money at home. So yeah, I got all the time in the world, but I don't have all the money in the world. So it's just, it messes with up here a little bit, and then again, purpose, having a daily purpose, having structure in my day. I am a very structured, plan-oriented, goal-oriented person. So not having that set out for me every day is a little tough for me. So I go in and out. I'm good. Like, I'm good. But I go in and out. You know, some days are better than others. But I try to keep myself positive because I definitely don't want to be a woe is me, boo hoo type of person. I hate being negative. I hate being sad and down and out. I'm going to try my hardest to stay optimistic, but I'm human, and it is kind of tough not being constructive or feeling like you're being constructive every single day. So that's another con. This is just a piggyback. So because of that, all of that I said, I'm constantly thinking about money. I'm thinking about money way more than I ever did before. Now, I thought about it in a healthy way before, where it's just like, all right, make sure all your bills are paid, make sure you put money into your savings account, whatever else, just make sure you do everything you're supposed to do with your money, blah, blah, blah. That's what I did. And now I'm constantly thinking about it because I'm just like, okay, what do I need to do with my money? Is there any wiggle room for something that I want to do with my money? Just to keep myself from going insane, from just being at home all day. And honestly, it's not just people who are experiencing a slowdown in money intake. It also happens to people who make an abundance of money. They're paranoid about their money. They're paranoid that they're going to lose it all. They're paranoid that someone's going to steal it. They're also constantly thinking about how they can make more, because once you hit, especially a lot of people, once they hit a goal, they want to shoot past that. It's like, okay, I've done that, let me shoot past it. So a lot of people who make a lot of money, it's like, man, I made $5 million. Now how do I make 10 million? And they're just like, they think about money a lot. And so I feel like I'm thinking about money more than I actually want to. And it's literally because I don't know when money is coming, but I'm just very happy that I was smart with my money before, so I already had a savings. And again, I said money here and there. So I was good. And also my previous employer was responsible, and they actually did make sure that I was fine after they dismissed me from the company. And then the last thing, I'm bored. I'm so bored, okay? Again, I'm a very goal-oriented person. I'm a busybody. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something. If you watch my vlogs, I'm always out somewhere. Part of being out is spending money. I can only walk in so many parks. I want to do other things too. So I'm just bored, and I'm staying home because I don't want to go outside and spend money, especially because I'm bored. I definitely don't want to make the mistake of going outside and then doing something and spending money all because I was bored. That's affecting my mental health. And again, I'm still doing okay. You know, I'm still trying to stay optimistic. I won't let myself slip into a pit, but still, again, I'm human. But yes, I just need something to do. And I know people are probably saying, well, why don't you go exercise? Unfortunately, I have a knee and back injury, so I can't do that, which sucks. But if anyone knows exercise I can do that someone with a knee and back injury can do, let me know in the comment section, okay? Because I would like to be able to move my body around. So that would be great. Go visit family and friends. I don't live in the same state as my family and friends, so I can't do that. That's another reason why I'm bored. That's my last con. I'm bored. So now my pros, because I like to end on a positive. First pro, keeping up with chores. I know that seems so meh, but honestly, when you are grown and you have your own place, keeping up with chores is a chore. And when you finally have the time to do it, it's actually really nice, because I prefer to live in a really clean and organized environment. So it's really cool that I get to make sure that the dishes are always clean, the kitchen's always clean, that everything's dusted, all the clothes are always washed, that the plants are all watered, that the bathroom is all cleaned up. It's nice to make sure that my home looks and feels good and it's clean and organized. That is fantastic to be able to keep up with that. I love that. So that's definitely a pro. And my next pro is, I know that I said I cut back a lot on going out and I stay home a lot to reduce me spending any money, but I have a partner, so I still go out. Neither one of us just want to stay home all day. My job was working from home their job is working from home. So now we're both at home. It's a lot. We want to go outside. Everyone needs to go outside. We need to go outside. Okay. I need to go outside. We need to get vitamin D and air, and we need to be around people. We need to touch grass. All right. So we do go outside, and it's been fun to come up with creative things to do, things that are more budget friendly. And that has been fun because I've always shot for the stars with the stuff that we did, because I'm the planner. So I'm the person who always makes the plans of what we're doing. So changing my perspective on what to do that's tailored to our new budget has been really interesting and really fun. There are definitely things in your area that are super low budget, like super low budget, that are still interesting, that you actually want to do and don't make you feel like you're broke. My next pro, education. What I mean by that is, in the past 70 something days, I have been listening to podcast after podcast, to commentary after commentary, to documentary, to news video, article, whatever. I've been listening to all this educating information, and the best way for me to learn is, I know some people, they have to read to understand things really well. I like to listen. I like to take in information audibly, because I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. I like to take it in by hearing it. Right? Is that how you say audibly? Is that how you say? Okay, anyway. I like to take it in that way because number one, I can take in information much quicker. I can take in a greater volume of information in a short amount of time, rather than sitting down trying to read something that takes longer. And I'm not even a slow reader. It's just that I can read really fast. However, my comprehension isn't as fast as my brain and eyeballs are flying through those pages. So I like to listen to someone tell me the information. I've really been enjoying just broadening my horizons and learning new things and changing my perspective and gaining new perspective, because that's really important, gaining perspectives. And it's part of my personal mission to become a more compassionate and understanding person, because I think it's super important for me to understand other people and all of the different perspectives and different thoughts in the world, and know that they exist. I've definitely been taking in a lot of information. So that's definitely a pro. My last pro that I want to talk about is my YouTube channel. So I stayed true to myself, and I said that I was going to work on my YouTube channel, because I kind of let it go by the wayside for months and I wasn't posting anything. And I started posting weekly, and my channel has actually grown. Even though I'm still a nano creator, very teeny tiny creator, it's still fun to see the growth that I've had, because I appreciate any growth that I have on this platform, because it's tough. It's a really big platform. There's a lot of people who have a lot of subscribers. There are several YouTubers who have millions of subscribers. So, you know, to have what I have as someone who didn't think they would really have anybody look at their videos, it's been a big deal for me. For clarity, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I know a lot of people start YouTube to be a YouTuber. It's fun. I'm doing it for fun. I'm a creative person. That's what I like to do. I like to create things and then throw it out there and see what people think. So that's what YouTube is. YouTube has been something for me to do, something to put creative things onto and into the world. So that's why I do it. And it's not necessarily because I want to have 1 billion subscribers. Would I want 1 billion subscribers? I don't think I would. I don't think I want that many eyes on me. That's a lot of pressure. And being a YouTuber isn't as glamorous as people think it is. People think that being a YouTuber is really easy, and it's not, especially with how payment works. You miss a couple weeks and things will change quickly. So just by me posting once a week, I have seen the growth, and I'm just like, oh, so consistency is literally the key. So I've been really enjoying just growing here on YouTube and thinking of just random things to make videos about, like this here, and hoping and praying that it's actually helping someone, and if anything, bringing someone a smile, a laugh, evoking any type of emotion so they know they're alive. I don't know. I hope that I continue to enjoy myself on this platform, and that I reach somebody, and that I help them somewhere in this big world. Before I end the video, I wanted to talk about some takeaways. So basically some words of wisdom that I want to give to people who are in the same predicament as me, or fear that they might be, or someone who just wants to educate themselves for future, just in case this ever happens to them. Number one, have patience. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. If you're trying to get rehired, or if you're trying to gain employment somewhere, it can be a long process, okay? It can be a very long process. I've applied to several different places, and I've technically only heard from 3. And it's very difficult. And I guess also it was more difficult for me because I was laid off right before Christmas. Like, it was the week after Thanksgiving, I was laid off. So Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and then New Year's happened. Those are all big holidays, okay? And businesses are really busy at that point, and they usually hire on seasonal staff, and then they wait for the staff they hired on to either finish their contract or leave, because a lot of people get a job during the holidays and then they just quit afterwards. So right now, maybe they're looking to start hiring people again, but it's just a long process. I was in management in my previous job, and it took forever for us to hire someone. It took forever to find the right candidate, and when we did find the right candidate, a lot of times they didn't even start until a month later because of the process of going through all the different interviews, because they had their initial interview, then they had a second interview, then they had the final interview, and then it was a lot. So it can take a long time before you can find your next job. Be patient. Try not to get frustrated, even though it can be very frustrating, especially if you're dealing with financial issues. I get it. That is very stressful, and I don't wish that on anyone. I can't imagine being let go from your job when you're already struggling financially. That sounds like a nightmare, and unfortunately that's a lot of people's realities. I don't wish that on nobody. That's horrible. My next takeaway: revisit your budget. Okay, when you initially realize that you will no longer have an income until God knows when, and you make that budget and you start cutting things out and changing your lifestyle to make sure that you're able to still live comfortably and that all your bills are paid, all your necessities are taken care of, go back and revisit your budget every 3 to 4 weeks to make sure that the budget still makes sense. And it also depends on how you budget. Some people budget weekly, some people budget monthly, some people budget bi-weekly, just to make sure that everything is still in good standing, that everything is still at the right pace, money is still good. You want to make sure that, if there was any unexpected expenses in that time frame, you gotta look at your budget again. You have to look at your budget and see, okay, we gotta move this around, we gotta take money from here, put this here, we're gonna just not do this month, we're gonna unsubscribe from this. Something has to be moved around. Now, don't drive yourself crazy, but just make sure you revisit your budget. And my last takeaway: be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up in this process. Just don't. It's really easy to. Don't get me wrong. It's so easy to beat yourself up in this process when 1 month goes by, 2 months go by, and you're into the 3rd month and you haven't heard from anyone, and you're applying and you're qualified and your application looks good and your resume looks good, and you go to an interview and they love you at the interview, and then you don't hear from them. It's not you. It's just that right now the economy is weird. People keep saying that, but it is true. The global economy is weird. It's a process. It can take a long time. I just explained earlier how long it can take to hire someone. Even after you've interviewed that person and you go through the rounds of interviews and you want to hire that person, that can take a month, which I know a lot of people's bank accounts don't want to wait a month. Mine don't want to wait a month. I want my money now. So I understand that. Don't blame yourself for someone not picking you. For example, when I applied to some of these jobs, it'll say 300 people have applied to this job. 300? That's a lot of people. I mean, for goodness sakes, it could be just 2 of y'all. And the only difference can be that one person has 1 month more experience than you, or they went to the same school as the interviewer went to, or that at one point their grandpa ran the same type of company and that's what swayed the interviewer. It's not always you. It would be great if they would tell you why they didn't pick you so that you can improve on those things, so that the next person that you interview with, you can get that job That would be fantastic, but that's too much like right. Anyway, but be kind to yourself because it's not always you. There's so much going on. There could be things going on in the company. There could be things going on within the management system itself. It could just be that ain't the job that you need to be at. It could be a toxic work environment and the universe is trying to save you. You just never know. Keep uplifting yourself. Keep yourself in a positive headspace. Recognize your worth. Recognize the skills that you do have. Push those forward. Lead with those skills. Lead with the things that you are really good at. Lead with the things that you can teach other people to do well. Know that you aren't worthless, because you're not. You may not get the job that you really, really want. And yeah, that really sucks. Honestly, it does. But that doesn't mean you'll never get the job that you really want. It's just at that time, you just didn't. Odds are that company is going to be hiring again in like a year. So revisit that. But yes, be kind to yourself. Okay, have patience and revisit that budget. That is all I have for today's video. That is the end of this update. And if you have any questions, comments, or words of advice or encouragement, I would love that in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Stay positive. You will be fine. I promise. Bye.